Friends, I'm Yoshiller, and today I should be playing the recently released downloadable Pokemon title, Pokémon Friends. This game was just unveiled in a Pokémon Presents presentation this morning, the same one where they revealed Mega Dragonite, which means there'll now be an official item called the Dragonite Knight, which sounds like you're telling a dragon to go to sleep, but I digress. The focus of this video is on this downloadable title that you see here. It's already available for download on the Nintendo Switch and mobile devices. I'm playing this on my Switch too. Not sure if it makes a difference. Figured I'd point that out. And this game is not free, okay? It costs $10. It might be free on mobile, I'm not sure, but I'm recording the console version, and that's just how I like to do things, okay? Maybe the mobile version's better. I don't know, but it's available on Switch. I record my gameplay on my consoles and then repurpose them for other videos that I edit for clients. I'm playing the Switch version. And then I know that the fact that it costs $10 might deter some people, and I totally understand, but in my opinion, I might be able to justify a $10 price point, mainly because I'm a content creator, but also because this game is right up my alley. I love little puzzle games like this. Like, genuinely, for the past week or two, maybe a little longer, I have repeatedly been playing Picross and Sudoku each time I go to sleep. So much so that I've also been playing Picross on the Game Boy version, the Mario Picross version, and the Japanese Picross for the Super Nintendo. All right? Now, with that huge side tangent out of the way, let's actually play the game that you've all come here to see, and if you stuck around through my little opening rant here, I appreciate it. Maybe rant isn't the right word. This is my opening sermon here, all right? How's that? All right, if you folks are ready for me to begin the game, then I am ready to begin this game as well, all right? I can choose whatever language I want. Well, I could do the Nihongo. I am practicing Japanese. Mainichi Nihongo wa benkyou shimasu. Demo, Sukoshi Nihongo wa harasemasu. Which basically means I practice Japanese every day, but I only speak a little bit of it. So we'll go with English for now. All right, and I do live in North America. All right, terms of use, I imagine this is pretty standard legal fare. As long as Pikachu doesn't come knocking at my door asking for me to donate my organs, I ought to be fine. Very good. And as long as this isn't, seeing the width and length of my organs ready for them to be donated to some sort of medical service, then I am fine as well. I am an organ donor, but I do not need Pokemon dealing with any of that information. All right, we are good to go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, choose an icon. These are my only icons, huh? These 12? Well, I do like Eevee, I do like Lucario, and technically I like Snorlax, but I don't compete with a Snorlax. And I did choose Fuecoco during Generation 9's opening, so maybe I should go with Fuecoco. Very well then. Come here. Tap here. Tap here? I have to tap? Okay, no, I can just enter it manually. Okay, well, folks, in case you weren't already aware, even though I said it as my opening sentence in this video, my username is Yoshiller. It is the name that I use for a majority of my games, and in case you're curious as to where the username came from, it comes from Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, from a similar point where you have to name something by entering in a word, and I came up with Yoshiller. All right. My birthday? Really? You want to know this? All right, check this out. My birthday is October 10th, 1995. I am almost 30 years old. I was born the same year that Yoshi's Island came out, and my birthday is the same day that Sonic the Hedgehog got announced for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it's just 10/10. So it's easy to remember. You got it. All right. You know I like Fuecoco. You know my username's Yoshiller. You know that my birthday is October 10th, 1995. Very good. Ooh, I like that background. Might create something similar for my wallpaper. Was there a story in this game? I thought I was just solving puzzles. This is about to be like the Professor Layton at Pokemon games. Let's see. I've dreamed about making plush here since I was little, and I arrived today ready to make that dream come true. Well, I am enjoying the visual presentation of this game. That much is nice. Here's where I'll be staying. What a nice place. I suppose it is nice to have some sort of narrative to tie all these puzzles together, but really, I just want to go in and actually start crushing some of these puzzles. This mysterious machine is called the Plush-O-Matic, and it'll make plush when I put yarn into it. But there's a problem. My yarn's a total mess. I need to untangle it before I can make any plush. Well, I'd rather be solving puzzles than untangling yarn, I'll be real with you. In order to make plush, you'll need to untangle yarn so you can use it. Press untangle to get started. Oh, it's that easy, huh? If only it was that easy in real... Okay, no, this is actually me solving the puzzle. Okay, so this is the one that they showcased in the trailer. You gotta make sure you light up all the light bulbs in order to clear the puzzle. So you gotta find the path that will allow you to do that. I can do that. A basic beginner's puzzle, but one that will welcome me into the game, I am almost certain. Boom, 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 boom. Crushing it. And my goal is to try and do all these puzzles as swiftly as possible, but I do imagine there will come a time when I will have to pause and really think things out, and when that time comes, I will sit here and awkwardly figure it out while I barely even commentate. There you go, you untangled your yarn and your mind. Here's some sparky yarn. I see, as you untangle the yarn, you untangle your mind. I get it, okay. All this narrative just to make that connection. Very good. You can pop yarn into the Plush-O-Matic to make plush. Let's put the yarn you just got into the Plush-O-Matic and see what happens. Plush-O-Matic, huh? So I guess we'll start with Pikachu. Let's do it. But dude, if I had a friend like this that just had a machine that would constantly turn yarn into Pokemon plushes, I would not leave him alone. I would stop by all the time until I got all 1,000 Pokemon, probably. Well, first I'd have to get enough space to store all 1,000 Pokemon. Then I would repeatedly bother my friend for his Plush-O-Matic machine. Or I'd probably just try to buy the Plush-O-Matic machine off of him and keep it for myself. But then I'd actually have to untangle the yarn myself. Maybe I'd rather just pay for the labor for him to do it. Anyway, so then there's this like customization feature where you can put plush around and really organize your room. So that's fun. Ideally, I'd like to only organize my room using the Pokemon that I like compete with. I have like a list of 50 Pokemon that I used to fight with, and I'd prefer to have my decorations be focused on that. But for the sake of tutorial, for the sake of progressing onward with this game, it wants me to put this Pikachu plush here. Okay, so I can grab it and put it whenever you want, tap any plush in your room. So I imagine if you play this game in handheld mode, you can use a bunch of touch controls, and that's obviously how you have to do things on mobile. I'm playing this on Switch. Thank goodness there are button controls. If it was touch controlled only, I don't know that this video would exist. But you know what? We'll leave the Pikachu there for now. In real life, I do have some Pikachu plushes because, fun fact, the Pokemon Company loves making 500,000 different Pokemon Pikachu plushes. So I have a couple of them. All right, so if I do untangle, do I get my next puzzle? Ooh, okay. Today is puzzles. Well, I paid money for this though, so can I just like do a bunch of puzzles, or am I gonna get maxed out once I reach a certain point today, and it's like, oh, come back tomorrow for more, because I just wanna crush these. I just wanna do like a 40-minute gameplay video for fun. So boom, that's simple enough. All right, crushing it. So these are easy, but they are also level 1. Easy, thank you. All right, boom, boom. All right. And there's not gonna be like these where there's some like secret key or something, some collectible I have to get while I do these puzzles. I'm just trying to fly through these. For better, for worse, there's also not some sort of like ranking system either. Trust me, I already dealt with that enough in Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. I'll have a video of that out in due time. Completing that game was a nightmare. This is supposed to be leisurely. They really want you to play this every single day. So we rotate the box to make the Rowlet come out. Oh, I was using the D-pad. I guess I can use the L and R buttons. Easy. Oh, okay, maybe I had to get the green box out. Boom. Easy enough. Thank you. All right, yeah, these are very, very easy. I'm wondering if it'll let me do, let's see. I'm wondering if it'll let me do like level 2 variants right after this, or if I have to unlock them or something. So those can come out. Right, it's okay if everything else comes out of the box. That's fine. Okay, great. Yeah, so far it's so easy that I'm still able to commentate while I solve the puzzles. Ooh, Sableye Twisty Tracks. These are cool. These were like actual games and toys that you'd buy in a shop back in the day, so I think that's what these puzzles are initially based on. There you go, boom. I didn't even have to do anything with the other one. Yeah, I don't need to do anything with that one. Is that the idea? Is it just trying to throw me off? Okay, so hang on. So if I do... I see. So we would want that. Now I gotta use both. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. So boom. Boom, there you go. And it just goes automatically once I've solved it. That's great. I really don't gotta think all that much right now. Oh, I love it when I don't have to think. Life is so much better when I don't have to think that much. But part of the reason I've actually been playing so many games like Sudoku and Picross as of late is genuinely because it just makes me feel good to solve puzzles. So stuff like this, like I said at the beginning, is right up my alley. And what I'm about to say, I don't say to gain like sympathy points. I'm just letting you guys know what's going on in my little head here, the wonderful mind of Yoshiller, maybe the not so wonderful mind of Yoshiller, right? Lately, I've developed this insecurity about my intelligence. And I'm not looking for people to compliment me and be like, oh, you're smart. That's not what I mean. And just as well, I know that I'm not some sort of super genius either, right? I'm not constantly put in situations where I have to use my brain to solve crucial and severe problems. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a rocket scientist, I'm not a physicist, right? I'm not any of that. And I'm grateful for that. I find joy knowing that I have chosen the path that I have chosen and that I've accomplished a fair share of things from my own actions, right? That's just my state of being right now. But recently, I just realized that I can't solve things as quickly as I used to. Like, I feel the wear and tear coming down on my brain. Does that make sense? And it kind of bums me out. So to attempt to counteract that, I have been doing Sudoku puzzles and Picross puzzles every night before I go to sleep. And I've been trying to do this thing where like I'll do 3 15 by 15 Picross puzzles, and I'll do an easy Sudoku puzzle, and that usually occupies 30 minutes, and then I go to sleep. And I find joy in that because that is a task that I personally put upon myself and have fulfilled on a regular basis. And I feel really good when I can fulfill that task. Oh, wrong way here. I feel really good when I can complete that task in under 30 minutes, right? That makes me feel smart, and feeling smart boosts my self-esteem because it feels good to feel good. Also, I acknowledge I completely talked over the entirety of those ice puzzles. I want to point out that I love ice puzzles, and I was busy talking about my intelligence or lack thereof throughout the entirety of it, and I apologize. But these puzzles I can do. This is basically like, just you put the block in the hole, and yet apparently I can't do it. Apparently I can't put the block in the proper hole. Whatever, I'm doing it now. But yeah, this game though, this game really came out at a crucial time for me, and I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about myself, and I don't want to come off as like modest. Does that make sense? I'm just letting you guys know like what's going on in my life, and this game coming out right when it did truly is perfect for me. Because now maybe instead of doing Picross puzzles and Sudoku puzzles every night, or maybe in addition to doing those, I can do this as well and just feel a little better about myself. Now I know for some they look at this and they'll be like, well, okay, but it's still $10. Well, for me, I figured I just paid $10 for validation, right? I paid $10 for me to realize that I'm not such a dunce. And maybe people are looking at this and they're like, well, yeah, these are super easy. All you're doing is pressing A on the friggin' Mincino board and you're moving over to the next screen. And you know what? Yes, it is really easy. And I'm assuming it'll become progressively more difficult once I unlock the level 2 and level 3 variants, whenever that may be. But this is good for me. This is like, you know what this is? This is like Pokemon IQ tests, right? These are the types of things that they do to actually judge your intelligence. It's utilizing your intuition and your ability to recognize patterns and plan ahead and visualize things to see if you can come up with a solution. And I am totally fine with that, especially if they slap a Pokemon skin onto it. Speaking of Pokemon skins, or Pokemon yarn, I guess. Your high scores to see records for all the puzzles you've solved puzzles quickly, accurately to raise their level. So the faster you solve them, the better. Great. Okay. But how do I do level 2 stuff? That's what I want to do. Okay. Well, let's do everything that's available. Let's look at the shop, see what my options are, right? Because if they have a Bayleaf plush, or even Chikorita, but if they have a Bayleaf plush, 25 more bucks, not right now. Oh, the shop is for like real monies. Not right now. I cannot justify that right now. Maybe there'll be DLC down the line that adds more. We'll see the success of this game, but for right now, I'm gonna skip on that. I'm just gonna do more puzzles to gather more gameplay. Very good. All right, so now we got this Leapin' Litten. Got it, we're playing Q-Bert here. Okay, we're playing Cat Bert, without all the swearing. Here you go, boom. Okay, so I'm using the D-pad for this, so we do, sorry. The diagonal of the arrows is actually messing me up a little bit. I know there are certain like dancing games that put them in diagonals, but even slightly tilting something is messing me. I guess I just gotta like hold my controller like that, right? There you go. That's the answer, is if I rotate my controller about 45 degrees to the left, I can get it. Do I have to step on the pads? Oh, I don't have to. That's just telling me where I can go. Okay, little paw print is just telling me applicable directions that I can go. There you go. So far, this one has proven the most challenging because for me, mentally, it has required me to rotate my controller. But it's not a huge deal. A Greninja, okay, gotta see what shape gets made here. This is like the inverse of Takamaru's Ninja Castle from Nintendo Land. Actually, not even that. I guess it would still be a semicircle, right? All right. Technically, you could just mash on this one and see if you're correct. So, all right, circle. Yeah, I'm gonna fly through this. There you go, circle, great. Okay, a cube makes a square. Very good. I know my basic geometry. I'll have you know I happen to like geometry. That one's messing me up a little more, but that should still be a triangle. There you go. Got it, because I'm like trying to recognize like which way it's being cut. That's a circle. There you are. Yeah, what is the top piece going to look like when it's cut? So that's still a circle, technically. Oh, sorry, I actually gotta pay attention to which way the shuriken's going. So at that time, it's going flat. Got it, okay, I messed up. I do gotta pay attention to this. that should be like this. Boom. Thank you. Little up arrow. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry I messed that up, folks. But hey, now you've got gameplay to see what that looks like. Oh, and these are just called spinners, really? I thought these had a different name when you had to rotate something out of a circular maze. This is like a WarioWare micro game. There you go. As a matter of fact, if they wanted to make Pokemon-ware, if that's what this is, it's WarioWare, like 3-second Pokemon games, obviously I'm A-okay with that. Genuinely, right now, this just makes me want to play WarioWare. I might even go do that tonight. I've been meaning to get footage of WarioWare Gold for the 3DS for the longest time, and I just never did, because I haven't needed to do like a video on it or anything. I just want to have footage of it. But here you go. This, easy peasy, go get him, Spiel. It just goes straight to the exit, so I didn't really have to worry about overshooting it. Very good. How's that then? Great. I know I messed up that one Greninja puzzle and I was a little slow on it, and I was a little slow on the Litten one too, so I could have been doing these better. But for the time being, because I'm recording this, and because I'm also commentating, I am simply trying to provide the most optimal gameplay that I can. It's probably not gonna be at world record speed. No, I don't wanna, oh. I thought it was gonna ask me to untangle stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead. Are we doing level 2 of the Pikachu one? This still looks like it's level 1. Let's see. I'll be the judge of whether or not it's more complicated and level 2 worthy. Oh, it looks a little more level 2 worthy because I'm seeing more opportunities to mess this up. So that has to be like that. See, now I have to pause for a second to really think it through. This is otherwise just like the little water ice puzzle that you had to do back in the water gym in Pokemon Red, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Like, what's the city called? Tutopolis? There was a puzzle you had to solve where you had to walk on water or ice in a specific pattern and had to make sure that you got it all. Oh, Sparky Yarn. Is this gonna be Pikachu again, or is this gonna be Pommo? Let's get it. Pommet, Pommy, Pommioti, Pom. Let's see what we got. It is another Pikachu. I don't want another Pikachu. Okay, think townspeople, people who are looking for all kinds of, yeah, I would rather donate this. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, a girl in need. Yeah? Aw, what am I gonna do? I lost my Pikachu plush. It meant a lot to me too. I've got just the thing. Here you go. You can have that. Ta-da! Aw, don't I feel good being charitable. Oh my gosh! A Pikachu! Thank you so much. I promise I'll take really good care of this one. Yo, I got a chair? Dude, I went outside and gave a plush to a little girl and she was carrying a chair with her. And I thought I was charitable. Anyway, thank you for the friendship points. All right. Little girl, do you want another one? Because I could really use some more furniture for my apartment. All right, there you go. Great. Got it. So there is like a secondary difference with this. As you complete quests for friends in Think Town, their smiling faces will show up on the town map. The more quests you help complete, the more smiles you'll see on the town map. Okay, yeah, let's just do all of these. Got it. So you're not just making plushes for yourself, you're making them for other people. Okay. As you meet quests, your friendship level with the people of Think Town will go up. Raising a level means you'll get more quests from all kinds of people. Let's turn Think Town into a playful plush paradise. All right, fine. Pokemon in nature. What you want? Hi there. Is it true that you can make any plush someone wants? Can I make any plush? Oh, gee, I hope so, because then I'm going to make like 50 Bayleaf ones. I'd really love a Pokemon that I can bring to the woods with me. I want to enjoy all this nature together. A Pokemon that you can really bring to the woods with you. Okay. With Grassy Yarn. Okay. So then I can go back to my place, and if I have Grassy Yarn, I can make it now. And if I don't have Grassy Yarn, then I can't do Diddly Squat. That's some pretty nice Grassy Yarn. There you go. So what's this gonna be? A Bulbasaur? Maybe a Bellsprout? Maybe it's a Swadloon. That's a green grassy Pokemon. It was Petalil. Well, I was getting closer with the Swadloon. That was a Generation 5 Pokemon guess. Petalil. Oh, and a Rowlet. I got a bonus plush. My first Rowlet. Aw, how sweet. All right. Oh, plush rates. Oh, it's like random which one you get. Oh, snap. So if you use pretty nice Grassy Yarn, you have a chance of getting these, but it's not guaranteed. Okay. So is Chikorita any of these? No, then why would I ever want to use this yarn ever again? Okay. Let me see this one then. So what do I get with the blue one? With the blue one. Okay. And then with the red one, so you're getting a bunch of starters. I can get Fuecoca with this one. What, a warning? Why does it have a warning? Because it's red, so it's gonna light the place on fire? Okay, let's see. About plush rates. There are you choose affects what type of plush you can get and how likely you are to get them. Some actions such as purchasing downloadable content can make more varieties of plush available. All right. Well, what do you say? Well, okay, then I guess maybe we'll just make all of them while I'm here, right? Come on, give me the bonus Fuecoco. I made it my icon. You gotta know that's the guy I would. Okay, Flareon's fine too. I know. Oh, okay. It was a chance to have a bonus plush. I didn't get it. That's fine. What else we got here? Otherwise, unless it's a Pokemon I compete with, I really, really don't need these plushes for myself. Let's see what we got. Squirtle! And no bonus plush. Oh, there is a bonus plush and a Vaporeon. Okay, great. So what do you say then, if I look at the catalog? In the catalog, you can read details about all the plush you made so far. Once you made a plush, you can make it again using 2 balls of yarn. Oh, so I can guaranteed make it again if I wanted to. But so far, there's nothing here that I would want to make again. Very good. Okay. So let's go back outside carrying all these plushes, and let's see if anyone else happens to be carrying, like, I don't know, a couch. I'll take one of those, like, dog beds. They make those for humans, apparently. Dude loves his grass types. I got a grass type for you. You can have Petalil. There you go. Take that one. That's for you. You made me a plush? Thank you. Now we can take in all the fresh air the woods can offer. Yeah, these people just be carrying furniture, apparently. All right, let me know if there's a person carrying a refrigerator around, because I'll take that for sure. Oh yeah, and the friendship points. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, sure, whatever. Boom. Okay, great. Wonder if eventually I go to a different town. This place is really called Think Town. I'm from Think Town, I think. You know, I could really use a plush pal to give me a warm welcome when I get home from a long day of work. Have you got one that'd be the right size for that? I do like the big plushes. I almost bought one of those giant Palafins and one of those giant Palmot plushes while I was in Japan. I did not. And the most recent time I went to Japan, I came home with the giant Nintendo 64 controller. And man, that was a pain to get home. But it was worth it. Anyway, I got just the thing. Let's see. All right, I think the more huggable one would be the Rowlet. So you can have that. There you go. That's a nice circular huggable one. It's like I have this Yoshi egg plush on my bed too that I just like to snuggle with every once in a while. There you go. This guy gave me a shelf. And I got 40 friendship points. Shoot, man. Thank you. All right, and that's enough to get to the next level. Your friendship level went up. More stamps are available and to put on your calendar. Great. This guy probably wants my Flareon, right? Hey, friend, is your soul on fire like mine? Oh, gee, I hope not. That sounds painful. I gotta turn up the heat in my life. You do that. Move to Seattle. We don't have air conditioning. Got any ideas where I can find a workout buddy that's got a fire burning in its belly? I've got just the thing. How would you like this Flareon? An underrated evolution in my opinion, because I think of the evolutions, Flareon might just be the most huggable. Or maybe Sylveon, but Flareon too. Oh yeah, with a fiery friend like this, I can work up a good sweat anytime, anywhere! There you go, that's one of those dog beds I was talking about. I'll take that, and I'll take the 10 friendship points, thank you. So that's that. Does anyone else need my assistance? Here we go. That's it. No one else needs help. I've saved everybody in town. But now that I'm up to level 2, that should mean that the puzzles might be a little more difficult, right? No, these are still level 1, but I guess I haven't done these yet, so I better do them now. All right, I see the addiction. I see the feedback loop on this. Oh, we're playing with the monkeys? Okay. We're playing Pokemon Cafe? Great, I can do that. Can't record that game because it requires touch controls. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, just gotta see if they're equal? Okay, it's a counting game. Okay, so no, I don't even necessarily have to count, I just have to look at it. So no, okay, all right, yes. There you go. Oh, it even slides it over to verify, good. Yes. I can see how this could be tricky on a later difficulty. Yes, there we go. All right, and that's gonna be no, because the right side has more. I appreciate them using all creamy for the sake of theming. That's gonna be a no. There you go. Very good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing like the level 2, level 3 variations of these. Spin Pokemon to avoid a crash. So we're just, oh, I just have to make sure that they can all move without crashing into each other. This one is interesting. Okay, got it. So that, you can just go wherever. I can just mash for that one. Boom, boom. Oh, what? There you go. I'm sorry. I thought it was just like one time each time. Boom, boom. There you go. Okay. Boom. You were fine the way you were going. Oh, which way do you need to go then? So no matter what, they have to go 2 spaces. Got it. That does change things a bit. Boom, boom. Got it. All right. Gonna fly through this pun partially intended. Boom. Thank you. Okay, there we are. Good job. Thank you, thank you. I try to rotate my bird. Speaking of rotation, this is like the inverse of the other one. Move in tandem so that they both move at the same time. Let's see. It makes sense. The Pokemon's name is Tandem Mouse. Got it. I see. So like you hold down the A button to select it, and then as you move one, the other one kind of moves almost like inverse parallel to it. Well, it's still level 1, so it's still gonna be easy peasy, but yeah. I'm hoping that the gameplay is like satisfying to watch, and it might be cringy every time I fail it, but I'm doing what I can. But for this one, it's not so bad because I'm really just focusing on one, because I know if I get one there, the other one will automatically be there. That Tandem Mouse minigame could be real interesting if those boards are like not symmetrical, which is what it might do on levels 2 and 3. We'll see. But very, very simple so far. Let's keep going. Oh, I got some more yarn. Okay, I don't know if I want to make anything yet because it seems like I already helped everyone in town, so let's just keep going. We got a level 2, folks. We got a level 2. All right, let's play some level 2 as well as playing other ones for the first time. And this one, we've established that everything can come out of the box, right? So what's to stop me from just like full on just shaking the box and getting everything out of here? There you go. Boom. I guess sometimes it's just gotta be that way. Boom. There's not like a set number of rotations, right? As long as it comes out of the box, it's like whatever. There you go, boom, thank you. Now, if I had to do it in a set number of rotations, that would be interesting, but that's not what this game is. This game is for people that want to feel better about self-esteem, like me. There you go, I rotated the box, I got the Slowpoke out of there. All right, shove the rocks to meet the goal. Hey, we got strength puzzles? So they really looked at all the gyms and all the puzzles they used to have in all the 2D Pokemon games, and they're like, let's make a game out of that. Well, I got good news for you. Back in the day, that was just called Pokemon. That came with your tactical RPG. But I'm fine having a game where it's just the puzzles as well. I did a whole video about how I kind of miss top-down Pokemon games because I really liked the puzzles. I really like the ice puzzles they used to have, and strength puzzles were another thing too, and I like those as well. So the fact that those can just be in here is awesome. What they need to do is I need to be able to like select specific mini games individually, and I just want to keep doing those repeatedly over and over and over. Okay, so we just gotta unlock the doors. Okay, I only gotta do one. Okay, there you go then. Boom. So we go around. There you go. All right, this is similar to the Makuhita one. It's just you have to pick the right path. Honestly, a lot of these are similar, and I trust that when they were developing this game, I think some of the developers might have said the same thing. Like, isn't this just the same thing? And maybe that's done intentionally, so that it's easier to program the game if a lot of the ideas are similar. But they are different enough. Like, it's not exactly the Makuhita one. The Makuhita one, you're pushing objects into a wall. This one, you're putting keys into a hole. So it's not exactly the same, but it is still otherwise playing out like some sort of IQ test. Like, it's using my intuition. I mentioned this earlier. It makes me feel smart, darn it. And there we go. We got some level 2 puzzles in here, including that Score Bunny one. There you go. So, yeah, none of these are particularly difficult, and they're not supposed to be. I do imagine that these are meant for, like, a toddler or a young child, especially if it's going to be a game on mobile, right? Like, they want to pass the time, they do something simple on mobile, they boot up this game, they feel pretty good about it. I don't really expect these to give me a super challenge, but I do think I deserve at least some credit for being able to play these somewhat mindless challenges while commentating, so I'm multitasking, and I know I've commentated over 1,000 videos or so now, but I think I deserve some credit. I don't think anyone's gonna watch me play this and say that, like, I'm a genius, right? Like, no, absolutely not. I don't know, maybe these are, oh, I see. Okay, you can't block the path. I got it. See, it requires focus, talking and playing the game at the same time. It's not always that easy. I know it looks easy. And I mean, okay, it is pretty easy, but it's not always that easy. I gotta pause for a second and really assess the situations. Like, the grass one has to go first before the flying one goes in. Got it. But yes, a lot of these games are similar to each other. They all kind of feel like IQ tests, and I'm digging the variety. I wish I could play specific ones on repeat, but maybe it is for the better that it is mixed up. So it's like using different components of my brain, right? So let me see here. That reads that. Oh no. I can't even do this one. That one I can do. There you go. All right, I understand now. So now I know that'll look like this. I see. This one's cool. That's gonna be a top spinner, looking like a mushroom. That's gonna look like a cylinder with a cone atop it. And this will probably start looking like Saturn there. There you go. Okay, the T, I guess it's gonna have to be that. Looks like a tabletop. This is just, oh, it's gonna look like a friggin' rice cake or something. Mochi, I guess is what you call that. All right, there you go. Boom. That last one is messing me up, but that's okay. I got to play it for the first time. So now I have access to the level 2 variation and we can truly see just how potentially intelligent I may be. And I might fall apart here and really show that I'm not that smart at all and I can only do the level 1 ones. Okay, we got some more level 2s. Yo, we got light reflection puzzles. These are like all my favorite types of puzzles. You guys don't understand. All right, I love ice puzzles. I wanted to make that clear when I was playing ice puzzles earlier in this video, but I was busy talking about my insecurity about my intelligence. Ice puzzles, love them. They were kind of lost to time as Pokemon made the leap from 2D into 3D, but I love ice puzzles. I love the Ice Cave in Pokemon Gold and Silver and the Ice Gym and all that. Love this stuff. And then we have a light puzzle coming up, and I know that light puzzles kind of exist in The Legend of Zelda, but otherwise, the main game that I think of when I think of light puzzles is freaking Mega Man X6, and I know that people are not fond of that game, and I get it, I totally understand, but there's one level, I think it's called Shield Sheldon, that features light puzzles, and I just loved that, and I wish I could have seen it more in games, and now my wish is granted here with Shine on Cherrim here in Pokemon Friends. Love this stuff. I'll tell you what, I personally feel as though I'm getting my $10 worth. All I gotta do is rotate it. Oh, I don't have to click on the light. I just press the X button, great. Dude, if I had a whole game that was just these, I'm not even kidding you, I probably would buy it. Within reason, within reason. Oh, dude, this is totally my jam. I love this. Yeah, I don't know if this is using different components of my brain or not. It's a lot of intuition and logic, right? And I'm trying to do it quick for the style points, right? Because I mean, these are not particularly difficult. Maybe they are difficult for some people. I don't want to dismiss the fact that some people might struggle with these, and I feel as though it's inevitable that I'll eventually get to a point in this video where I'll struggle with the puzzle, right? In fact, I am somewhat hoping that happens. But for now, I mean, you know, I'm putting the blocks in the holes, right? There are plenty of mini games in this Pokemon Friends collection that are just putting blocks in holes. I don't want to make anyone feel bad that they can't solve these quickly, all right? Because maybe these are difficult, but at the same time, maybe these are games for young children or toddlers. And on that note, actually, let me touch on a completely different subject and possible focus for this game, all right? Because I am a huge advocate for games being beneficial to the development of one's youth, and I think games are beneficial for society. And I know there's always this kind of like war on games and how they're violent and how they're rotting the minds of children, right? But I grew up playing games, and I know I already had a whole conversation about how I don't feel as intelligent anymore, but I grew up playing games, and games, Pokemon in particular, were always extremely beneficial for me. Hang on, that's gonna be the L block. Okay, sorry. This one requires a bit of focus on my part. That should be the triangle, right? It's not a diamond, it's a triangle. Okay, hold that thought. So I want to talk, okay, that's gonna be the star. Okay, sorry, this one weirds me out a little bit. That's gonna be the L. Okay, in some regards, you can actually make a prediction just based on the shape of this. I just gotta make sure I know which way the shuriken's going. That should be the up arrow, right? The square with the triangle on the top? Yeah. Oh, that shuriken went in at a diagonal. That's fascinating. What I wanted to say was, if this game truly is for young children, toddlers, this game probably is made to help make their cognitive functions more efficient. Like, you play stuff like this to really make them understand their thought process for problem solving. And in that regard, I am very supportive of this game. I grew up playing Pokemon regularly as is, and I've told the story a dozen times that I've used Pokemon to learn how to read, and I'm currently using it to try and study Japanese. Also, am I just playing Frogger at this point? Does Bulbasaur count as a frog? They kind of make it a frog, right? Or tadpole-like in the way that it moves. I know even in Pokemon Let's Go, like Venusaur kind of like hops around like a frog, right? But what I was gonna say was, if this game was made for young children, this game is a great example of how you can use a popular IP to positively benefit society. Does that make sense? I think this game might be used to make it so that children are explicitly not rotting their brains away at games, right? Like, you play this, and even though nothing's super difficult, you are exercising your brain and your way to evaluate problems and resolve them. And I think in that regard, this is a really cool experiment, and it will get kids to play it if you slap a Pokemon theme on it. I know that there are other games like this that exist on mobile shops and even the Switch eShop, but you put Pokemon on it? Well, it got me to play it, right? Yo, we got our first level 3! All right, we're gonna do this, and it looks like we're playing Dig Dug with Drillbur afterward. Okay, let's see how challenging a level 3 puzzle can truly be, even though the only 2 buttons are L and R. All right, and plus these, we've established that these can all come out of the box. All right, it's still easy. I think the extra levels just kind of like establish, oh, it's gonna take 1 or 2 more button presses. That one, I didn't even get the other boxes out, and even if I did get the other boxes out, there's no penalty for that. Oh, you know what? I'm actually, there we go. There we go. We are out. Okay, yeah, that one took a little bit more thinking. I can acknowledge that. Boom, boom. This one we kind of don't, there we go, yeah. It's taking a little more thinking now. All right, but this is exactly what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. All right, dig, Drillbur, dig. Okay, so it's not quite Dig Dug. It's about like connecting the dots, connecting the pads. Let's see. Making it so everything follows through. Let me see here. Link tunnels to get all the mushrooms, so. Oh, I see. Maybe I don't see. How to, I can't press B to undo my mistake. I can't tap on the, I know I messed up, okay? I understand that I messed up. Got it. So as long as Drillbur has like a path, he'll zigzag back through. I guess I got too accustomed to all the other mini games in this collection that I thought he had to like go one straight path. As long as he's able to connect to them at all, this counts. Okay, so that, oh, see, you're already making me put in 2 different routes. I'd have thought you'd save that development for the level 2 variation of that minigame, but I'm happy to do it now. Oh, isn't this just the same thing as that electric current one I did, which is also the same thing as like the Sableye one? I did already state earlier that these are gonna have similarities, and I guess this is a little different because I can't, this isn't about rotating the blocks, this is just about moving them. So you just have to put them in the proper positions. Okay, so you kinda, this is another one of those mini games where you have to visualize the solution in your head before it goes. And you can't move the gray ones, right? Because otherwise I would easily just like move the gray one just almost out of the way in general, but that's not what it wants me to do. And then the yellow block down below has to be that size. So this has to go here and that has to go over to the right. Okay, I understand. It's a lot of problem solving. It really is Pokemon IQ test the game. But I do think this will be extremely beneficial to the development of today's youth. You get them to play this on their phones, it's gonna make them into a smarter society. I myself have used Pokemon a number of times to improve my own cognitive functions. And I'm not just talking about doing things like the ice puzzles or getting through dungeons in Pokemon games. I'm talking about just like using words from Pokemon names and items in the games. That stuff has benefited me. Like, I'll give you a classic example. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, the first badge that you get is the Zephyr badge, which you get from a flying type gym. And I remember I had a vocabulary test back in middle school, or maybe it was even high school, and one of the vocabulary words was Zephyr. And I remembered it had something to do with wind because of the Zephyr badge in Pokemon Gold and Silver. And for reasons like that, I was able to remember Japanese names of Pokemon, like Blastoise's Japanese name is Kamex, because Kame is turtle in Japanese, so Kamesu, turtle, you get it. Stuff like that. It's subtle, but it's significant. And I think even the fact that I was able to adapt to that and process that as a child. Hang on, this minigame. Okay, hang on. There's a minigame just like this and Tetris DS. You're given a bunch of basically Tetris pieces and you tap on the screen to remove them. I'm A-okay with there being a similar minigame here in Pokemon Friends, and I'm especially okay with it involving Tinkaton, which is another one of my favorite Pokemon. Hopefully that means that there is a Tinkaton plush in this game. Ooh, hang on a second. All right, I know I'm jumping from topic to topic, but I'm also jumping from minigame to minigame, and I'm trying to commentate over it all, and I'm trying to do more commentary than just, all right, we gotta connect the red to the red to the blue to the red to the red to the blue, right? Like, I'm trying to commentate more than that. There's a lot of minigames in this, though. Like, my first guess would have been that there'd be one minigame for each type of Pokemon. There's 18 types, so I would have thought there's 18 minigames, but it seems like there's more than 18, which is fine by me. And I guess because a lot of them are similar and the visual presentation style is the way it is, it probably could make like 50 of these. Well, great. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think this game has many positive benefits, and it's probably not targeted toward a hardcore Pokemon audience. But genuinely, because they slapped a Pokemon skin on this, I'm totally down to play it, and I'm totally down to make a video on it, and possibly even a follow-up video in the future. Oh hey, we've got a level 2 variant of the Tandem Mouse minigame. Let me see if they start making these boards non-symmetrical. That's what I want to see. But yes, there are similar ones, but they are different enough to where I can see why they exist, right? So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. So far, these are still looking a little... Oh, actually, no, that one's symmetrical. Or to an extent. Aha! So it's not completely symmetrical, but it's still simple and straightforward enough. Like, they clearly want you to beat these in less than a minute, all right? They want you to beat these in a matter of seconds, which is what I'm trying to do. Okay, I don't know if my gameplay is, like, styling on people, but whenever I start playing level 3 variations of these minigames and I start crushing them, that's the type of stuff that's going to be prime B-roll footage. Okay, this is barely even Pokemon related. I guess the majority of these minigames aren't directly Pokemon related. As I've been saying multiple times now, a lot of these are quick IQ tests with a Pokemon skin on them, but this is like not Pokemon. As a matter of fact, it's almost a variation of that other minigame I played earlier. We had to light up all the light bulbs in a set amount of time. It's basically the same thing. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna clean the room with the Mincino again. Yeah, but I'll tell you though, I think it's because these minigames are so quick and so smooth and efficient and you're supposed to beat them in a couple seconds. Like, I wanna keep playing. I wanna keep going. Eventually, I have to end this video, I acknowledge that. I probably could sit down here and somewhat easily fulfill a 3-hour video, right? But that's definitely not necessary. I mean, I don't know, unless you guys want me to like conclude each day with like, hey guys, I'm doing a Pokemon Friends stream. Although I kind of don't like the sound of that because I already do so many other Pokemon videos with my friends that saying I'm doing a Pokemon Friends stream every day makes it sound like I'm playing like the multiplayer of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet or something every night, you know? I think this game probably could have done with a different title. Maybe not Pokemon Friends, but I don't know. You're not gonna call it Pokemon's Epic Yarn, right? It's not a platformer like Kirby is. But I think, though, you know, you genuinely probably could have called it Pokemon IQ testing. You might have gotten a larger audience with that. Although you might have also gotten some criticism with that, too. Because then, if people actually validate it as an IQ test, then you're going to get some people that are calling it out, and you're going to get some people that were like me at the start of this video who were saying they feel insecure about their intelligence, and now they're being validated or invalidated by a Pokemon game, right? But when it's a game about Klefki putting keys in the holes, maybe you call it something else. So Pokemon Friends is fine. It does, however, mean that they can't use that for a different game. You'd have thought that Pokemon Friends might have been saved for a title. Hang on, this one's stumping me for a second. Blue, red, there we go. You'd have thought that the title of Pokemon Friends would be reserved for a multiplayer game, but this is explicitly a single-player experience. Ooh, this is absolutely an IQ test type of minigame. Fill in the final piece of the pattern, or the image, that's fine with me. It's probably only gonna give me 2x2 images right now, but I can foresee it in the future giving me 3x3 images or something and telling me to put something in the middle. All right, well this is great. All right, top left of the heart. The first option has just been the default option. Yeah, I probably could just mash. Great, all right. And there you go, boom, thank you. But yes, this has been a very validating and in a way, relaxing and heartwarming experience. And I can definitely foresee myself working this game into my evening rotation every night alongside doing like a Sudoku puzzle or Picross puzzle. Maybe I don't do as many Picross puzzles. Maybe instead of doing 3 of those each night, I do 1 of those, I do 1 Sudoku puzzle, and then like 15 minutes of this. Because I want to keep playing. I can absolutely foresee myself doing a follow-up video on this game in the future. Because that's the issue with doing videos on games like this, is like, yeah, I'm showcasing the game, I'm showcasing my initial reactions to the game, which is definitely positive, but I want to showcase, like, all this game has to offer, right? I really want to showcase some of the more intensive and extreme stuff that can be available in this game, and then I can really showcase my skill and intelligence, I guess. Intelligence is in air quotes. But yeah, I want to keep going. I'm going to keep playing this. And then maybe toward the end of this video, I'll start doing more stuff with the yarn and I'll create more creatures and all that. But I just want to keep playing the minigames because they're fun. They're just small and fast enough that it actually is addicting. And it's all the stuff that I liked out of the 2D Pokemon games during the adventure. I mean, it's everything I liked about the 2D Pokemon games minus the actual battling, the main component of the Pokemon games, right? But this stuff's great. This could be its own indie game if they like wanted to just focus on this, but because it is just a sub portion of this game, it is one simple mini game, it's not going to be completely fleshed out. But here we go. Yeah, this selection, this trilogy of mini games that I have here, this is going to be the prime stuff here. So now we can do the light puzzle. So we got to end in the lower left. It's the only way I can get over there. Boom, because we can't do diagonals. Okay, and we'll do it that way. I probably could have like zigzagged a little bit, but we'll be efficient with it. There you go. Boom. Got it. Thank you. I had to second guess myself there. I think that one might have had alternate solutions, and then we're gonna have to end at the top because that's whatever the most isolated piece is the place where I'm gonna have to end. So in this case, it's gonna be over to the right. There we go. Yeah, so that one only had the one solution, but I think one or two of the other puzzles I did in there might have had more than one solution. Also for this one, we're getting more Pokemon added to the board instead of just Chatot, which is fine with me. What do you mean that doesn't count? There we go, that's what, okay, sorry. It was gonna count. Got it, okay. Yeah, this is another one of those mini games where it just goes automatically as soon as I solve it. That doesn't work, that works, thank you. All right, and then you have to go 2 spaces, which means you're gonna go that way. Perfect, there we go. All right, yeah, now that's level 2. I do feel it making me think a little more with the old noggin. Not intensively, you know, these are still just simple mini games where I press the A button. I guess they had to be simple because they wanted you to be able to play this on your phone and they wanted them to all be playable with touch controls, right? So I absolutely could probably play this in Switch handheld mode and use touch controls. The buttons are nice and big. Let it be known though, that I am extremely grateful that I can play these with my Switch Pro controller. I'm very grateful for that because 1, it allows me to relax and play this game off of my monitor, and 2, it allows me to record the game. I suppose I could have gotten the mobile version and played that, but I don't typically record videos off my phone. I've recorded Pokemon Go, and that's it. And while Pokemon, oh, that is not what I hit, you gotta believe me. I know the solution to this, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, Pokemon already got me to record mobile games in the past, technically. I'm not gonna download every Pokemon app they make, you know, like obviously they had Pokemon Cafe Remix and I didn't record that, and then they also have, like Pokemon Quest, which is also on Switch, mind you. But no, this is more up my alley. I foresee this game getting kind of like review bombed, getting bombarded with haters. I like it, but again, that's primarily because this game came out at just the right time for me. All right, this game came out at a time when I need to feel better about the way I process information and solve puzzles, and for a $10 game, I can justify getting this, but I also totally understand why no one would want to get this game. I get it. I like it though. Like this type of stuff, I like it. I don't know that I otherwise could justify spending money on it, even if it is Pokemon themed, but I'm enjoying myself and I'll play this each night, and yeah, I think I'd love to do a follow-up video on this in the future. Maybe once I've unlocked the level 3 variants for this, I'll sit down and I'll see like, all right, how many of these can I crush in the span of an hour? I don't know, maybe I'll complete the entirety of the game and showcase all the unlockables. I'll showcase what a perfect bedroom can look like, all right? Maybe if no one else is getting this game, maybe if everyone's review bombing this game, that means I'm one of the few people to get this game, and therefore, I'll be one of the few people to actually sit down and complete the entirety of this game. And therefore, I'll be one of the few people to have footage of this game's completion. What do you think about that? You know, I'm already in the habit of recording games with niche features or games that otherwise aren't well documented. So I'll go ahead and record all the footage of this, all right? Oh, we got level 3 of the ice puzzles, and we've got another minigame that I haven't played before. Okay, let's do the ice puzzles. Let me actually sit down and commentate about the ice puzzles, because I've been rambling throughout most of this video. In fact, I ramble throughout most of my videos, period. But for this, we can go ahead and do a little bit of a upward spiral shape. Yeah, these can psych you out. There you go. I like this. These are good layouts for these ice puzzles, genuinely, because it is actually making me have to think. Okay, so then, oh, nope, we want to go down, and then, because no matter what, you're going to go all the way to the end of the hall. So, for this, we want to go around. Oh, I probably could have solved that faster by going, no, I did it the way I was supposed to. Okay, never mind, I got it. I don't think those have alternate solutions. I think you do have to solve it in a specific way. For this, you want to select the one balloon that won't get popped by the arrow. So whatever's not in the line of fire, or the line of grass, I guess, so to speak. Very good. Cute to have Decidueye in the background. The archer Pokemon. Okay, so we're gonna go up. Well, this is cool. Are we gonna start like involving 2 arrows or something? Because that would really get me to think. All right. Yeah, this is neat. There hasn't been another, oh, we do have 2 arrows already. We haven't had another mini game in this collection like this, I don't think. See, diagonal sets me that one. Yeah, I can see this one absolutely psyching me out when I get to level 2 and level 3. I can see it happening. Okay, we got the steel spinner. This, I'm be real with you. Unless there's a way to die in this game, unless there's like a spike ball that instantly destroys my Spheal, I do not think I'm gonna get psyched out by this one. This one seems simple enough. Oh, I apparently can overshoot the exit. So that's good to know. But yes, I'm enjoying myself with this game. Isn't it obvious? I think it's okay to like this game. I think it's okay for you to not like this game. I like this game, and I hope you folks are okay with that. If you're not, well, then you're not the one that spent $10 on it, are you? But I'm enjoying myself, and I think I will, genuinely, I will work this into my like evening routine. Making me feel good. Pokemon's always been pretty good about that. My life has always revolved heavily around Pokemon. I say as I look around my studio apartment here and I see all the Pokemon merchandise that I've collected and obtained over the years. So I'm absolutely fine having a little more Pokemon in my day-to-day regimen as I wind down. Okay, we got the level 3 version of this like cooking counting one, and then we've got some other new mini games in here. Let me just say, the actual like official Pokemon cafes that exist in Japan, I do recommend them. If you go to Japan, give it a try. I've even had a Pokemon donut. There was a shop in Japan called Mr. Donut. It was one of the last things I had when I was in Japan most recently. And you know, Pokemon is absolutely huge in Japan. So Mr. Donut was a Japanese donut shop that had Pokeball donuts. Oh, nope, I had to feel like as soon as I clicked the check mark that I was gonna get that wrong. Okay, so this one I understand now. You gotta look for where there's gaps in the layout here. So that's gonna be no, yeah. You gotta envision how it's all gonna slide in like Tetris pieces, and if there's a gap, then the answer is no. Understood. Okay, and then this is the inverse of like the Mr. Mime one. Instead of seeing which blocks go into the hole, you gotta kind of do the opposite. You gotta create the hole. Got it. Well then, in that case, that's just gonna be the square, right? But yeah, I had a donut in Japan. Japanese food, always awesome. The Pokeball donut was pretty good. I will say, like, there are better donuts, so maybe don't get the Pokeball donut if you want Pokemon food. Go to a Pokemon cafe and get like the excellent stuff there. Because I had like a Pikachu waffle one time I was there. I didn't even know it was a waffle. It's like a waffle with frosting on it. But you know what? Pretty darn good. I would just recommend going to Japan in general. And you know what? They announced Pokepark Kanto here in the most recent Pokemon presentation, you know, where they announced this game and Mega Dragonite with the Dragonite Night that I made a joke about at the beginning of the video. Yeah, I will be back in Japan in due time. I would love to go back to Japan. And I will keep my brain sharp while playing this in the meantime. This is the type of game I would even play on the plane. I initially downloaded Sudoku to my Switch because I wanted something to do while I was on a plane, and I actually bought a book of Sudoku puzzles. I had a couple of them. I bought a big old book at the airport that had like 300 Sudoku puzzles in them, and I was doing them, and I realized, well, I might not always have the book with me, but usually when I'm traveling, I might bring my Switch with me, which isn't always true either. I've been keeping my Switch at home more and more because I'm hesitant to lose it, especially since I just got the Switch 2, right? I use it for work. I use it for recording videos. And I just went to New York and spent a lot of money trying to get it, so I might not travel with it as much. But I got Sudoku games for my Switch so that I knew I had something simple and easy to play while I was traveling. Because I didn't really want to play games like Mario Odyssey or Tears of the Kingdom or whatever while I was traveling, because I knew I would want to record footage of them, right? So I skipped out on those and instead got games like Sudoku and Picross, games where I can play them in 3-minute chunks, and now I'm using those games for validation. I got this game for a video, and I'm making the video, and I'm enjoying myself, but now I might also just play this game for validation. So it doubles down, it comes around full circle. This is my new Sudoku and new Picross, if I haven't made that clear already. Uh-oh. I'm falling apart. This is the level 3 variation of this, isn't it? Diamond? No, it's the rectangle, frick! Okay, hang on here. Forget my rambling. I gotta focus on this. Oh my god. Dude, I'm getting cooked on this one. I'm getting cooked. Diamond? It's gotta be diamond, right? There you go. I wanted a harder one. I got what I asked for. This one is oh my god, I can't. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Oh my god. I can't, I'm about to lose all on this one. I officially do not like this one. Dude. I like all the other ones, but not this one. Okay, that was a horizontal, right? So that's a rectangle. Okay, maybe I can crush all the other ones in like 5 seconds. Check this out. Oh no, not the one where I have to rotate my controller 45 degrees. Oh no. All right, if I mash, maybe I can do it. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, that Greninja one, oh no, I get plenty of time with this one. Okay, I was gonna say that Greninja one, officially now my least favorite one of the game. But I guess I got what I asked for, right? I got a challenge. That one I can't do. I can do like the casting the shadow, fit the blocks through the hole with Mr. Mime. I just can't do, can't do the Greninja cutting one. I cannot foresee the future. I need to be able to like visualize it on the spot. And that one's more of a, that's kind of like unboxing something, right? I can't do it, but Drillbur dig, that I can do. This one I can do. Don't you worry about this. I can dig. I can dig it up. Boom, boom, boom. Got those mushrooms. See, easy, easy. I barely even got to think for this one, but that Greninja one messed me up. I'm not gonna lie. So hang on. So if I do one connection here, that would only get me these two. Okay, I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can. 1, 2, but that would only get me those. Okay, so I think, because I only get the 2, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, and then we do that. Okay, sorry. I gotta remember these are supposed to be very, very easy. I don't need to think too much about these. There we go. Okay. Woo! That was a terrible, terrible run. What do you say I go ahead and do one more, where I actually have a better attempt, and then I'll use a bunch of my yarn to make some more plushes or whatever, then I'll actually end this video. All right, does that sound good to you? Because it sounds good to me. And there you go, I even got some more pretty nice grassy yarn. Very good, very good. All right, one more romp. Let's see if we got a bunch of level 2. Oh, okay, they're all at least level 2 this time. And I don't know if I'll do very well in that last one, we'll see. But I can do the Mr. Mime one. This one I can do, and it's level 3. So I'm getting exactly what I asked for. I have made my way to at least level 2 for all of these. I probably played them all up to this point. So now we can start doing some level 3s. They can go to the left. Very good. And then this one can go to the right. Very good. I can see now how this would become more difficult. When one only has like 2 blocks and the other one has 3, it's a little more obvious. But when they both have 3, yeah, a little trickier. But that's gonna go to the left. I got it. Okay. And this one has to go to the right. What? Oh, sorry. I genuinely like did not look at that correctly. This one has the block. That has to go to the left. There you go. See, it's messing me up now. It's messing me up now, but that's what I wanted to see. Making me use my brain, really having to think these things through. This shouldn't be so bad, because this one goes automatically once I've actually gotten it correct. I don't have to press A to, like, see it through first. So, boom, boom. Oh, whoops, sorry, one more with that one. There you go. There you are, Sableye. That's for you. Boom. Okay. Can't even do anything with that one in the, in the lower left there. All right, whatever. Boom. Okay, then we could do huppa, 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 huppa. And then, yep, we don't gotta worry about that one in the lower right. As long as it gets to the goal, that's what matters, right? No extra collectibles along the way. Ah, but see now I can see things getting tricky. That's okay. I will pass this Pokemon IQ test. Boom, boom. This will be quite the ride. I could probably voluntarily choose to make things more complicated, but that is not necessary. Or maybe that was the only solution there. I don't know. This one, I can foresee myself having the same issues as the Greninja one. Visualizing this, oh, that's gonna look like that. It's gonna look like a little snowman there. Very good. That is gonna look like this. Yeah, there's no point at the top. There's no point to it. That's gonna look like the mushroom. All right, maybe this one isn't as bad. I got psyched out on it the first time I played it, but now I'm feeling better. This doesn't seem as smoothed out on the top. I think it's gonna be that. Yeah, very good. Okay, and then, ooh, that's interesting. I don't know what you'd call that. One small sphere inside of a bigger sphere. Very good. That should look like a little pentagonal cone thing. I don't know what you'd call that if it has an official geometric term. All right, I want to keep playing. I do. Eventually, I got to turn this into a video, but I want to keep playing. So maybe I'll do one more round. I got more than 200 inches that time, 516 centimeters. That's awesome. Got a new record. Getting a new record would be an appropriate and somewhat fitting way to end this, but I want to do one more Oh, okay. Yeah, we gotta end it with the light puzzle, right? I made a big deal about that. I will crush this right here, right now. We'll do the Makuhita one first. We'll do a strength puzzle. We'll do the little, like, chip moving puzzle, and then we'll do the light puzzle. Very good. So this has to go around. That goes there. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Makuhita. Is it fair to call this game addicting? I suppose so. There's one, I can already tell there's one or two of these mini games that I'm not super into, I'm not super fond of. But like this one, these strength puzzles, the ice puzzles, the light puzzles, those are absolutely much more my jam. There you go. So yeah, that one makes me feel good. This one, I'm like indifferent to it. I could, if I wanted to, I could make a tier list of like my favorite mini games in Pokemon Friends, which sounds so silly. And again, like this one is barely even Pokemon coded. If it didn't have that Fake Coco sticker over to the left, this could, oh, I see. Right, I mentioned this earlier, like the order in which you put these in matters, okay. Yeah, if you didn't have the Fake Coco sticker over there to the end, this barely would even be Pokemon. I get it, the chips themselves have like the insignias of each of the Pokemon types. That is not lost to me. I'm just saying, like, they're really reaching for the Pokemon theming on that one, but they did a good job. Oh yeah, that's right, we had the light puzzle in this one. I just have been mashing A and been rambling, I didn't even call attention to it. I got so bodied in that Greninja minigame that I didn't even notice. Okay, here we go. So, I guess the thing with these little propeller platforms is, obviously they only have, like, 4 positions they can go, but in reality, based on the way this game is structured, they really only have 2 positions they could go because they're symmetrical, right? So, I should just be able to fly through this. I love these light puzzles. Games with the light puzzles, the strength puzzles, and the ice puzzles that are presented here in Pokemon Friends are winners to me. So if there are indie games that focus on specifically those, I'm all in. The light puzzle one might just be my favorite one. There we go, even better. I got more than 200 inches again. I got another record, and I got to finish it on the light puzzle with Cherim. Okay, so now, oh, and I got pretty nice creepy yarn. It's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it? But let's go ahead and cash in or utilize all this yarn, get a ton of plushies, and then I'll give them out to the folks of town, unless there's one that I really, really like. So let's just make it all. Let's just make it all. Boom. I will see in a moment if I can like fast forward through this, but let's just build up suspense one more time with this machine, huh? Let's see what we got. It is Snorlax! I would love that. I know Ash Ketchum had a Snorlax plush in his room. Oh, and I even got a bonus Wooloo. That's fun too. Ash Ketchum had like this giant Snorlax plush in his room, and I remember like as a kid I kind of wanted that. Now I'm an adult and Snorlax isn't a Pokemon that I use, so now I don't really want it as much, but they do make it now. I'm pretty sure that you can get like a life-size, maybe not life-size, but like a giant Snorlax for your room. Okay, pretty nice Sparky yarn. Pikachu again? Dude, does the Sparky yarn only make Pikachu? I guess I could check. Usatotl, that's a friend right there. That is absolutely a friend. All right, pretty nice creepy yarn. Poochyena, very good. All right, Clodsire. Now, so you thought Satotl was a friend? Well, it is, but Clodsire, that's a real friend right there. Clodsire goes crazy with the merchandise. Oh, Creamy! Oh, I love it. I love it. I do technically use an All Creamy, although the one I use is shiny, and I want it. Oh, Hisui and Zora. Oh, absolutely. Okay, this is the best yarn in the game, is this one right here. And I got a Gardevoir? All right, people will go crazy for that one. They do make a life-size Gardevoir plush if anyone's interested. I don't know what people would want to do with that information, but I'm just letting you know that it exists. 2 Mimikyu. All right, pretty nice Toothy yarn. Toothy? Well, Fantasy yarn was for fairy types. What the heck is Toothy yarn for then? Huh? Or just Pokemon with like big fangs, big teeth. Let's see those pearly whites. Tatsugiri! Well, I do like me Tatsugiri, but I usually use the droopy form, the red one. But alright, Tatsugiri is in this game, so be it. And I actually do have a red Tatsugiri plush just behind me, so that's fun. Feathery yarn, so obviously this is for flying types, and Rookity once again. Alright, well, an interesting enough poll to say the least. Why don't we go around town and see if anyone wants anything? I don't think anyone wants anything. I think these are just a matter of like daily quests, right? These are your dailies, and then you can do as many puzzles as you want and rack up as much yarn as you want. Understood. All right, well then you know what? I've decided I'm not feeling very charitable right now. I'm gonna go to my room and put down a plush or 2 or 3. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, hang on. Okay, all right, yeah, rewind button, yeah, okay. So I can change the wallpaper. Ooh, Pika Playroom, Meadow Playroom, huh? Cozy cabin, really? I can install a fireplace, or it's just painted onto the wall. Okay, the meadow. Ooh, maybe. I will say the Pika playroom, like, it definitely makes it feel like a child's playroom, and I'm digging the color palette. Like, when I make enough money and I get a bigger apartment, I want to have a playroom, and it would probably look like this, but, all right, let me live out my fantasies here, darn it, okay? So we'll go ahead and close that out. I'm trying to, oh, I can rename it? Okay. I'm changing the name of that, okay? We will call this I don't know. Yoshiller Playroom is not gonna fit. Oh man, I better come up with a unique name on the spot. We will call this, I know, I got it. I got a name for it. We'll call it Player's Choice, because it's like a joke off of those Player's Choice stickers that you used to, I can't even fit the whole thing, okay. What am I supposed to do with only 14 letters? Now I gotta awkwardly make it one. I gotta make it one word, or I can get rid of the apostrophe. It's just Player's Choice. Maybe that's the better way to do it. Okay. Otherwise, it's, it being one word, it's weird. I don't know if I like that, but Player's Choice, there you go. Boom. Okay. And then I can even have multiple rooms, which is crazy, but it's not what I need right now. So we're gonna put the Pikachu plush away. I'm trying to... Okay, hang on. I'm trying to get the Pikachu plush out of there. How do I do that? Thank you. Pika, you're done. Okay, we're done with that. And you know what? I will put some furniture in there. I will go ahead and put a car plush bed somewhere in here. Yeah, there you go. Maybe on this side, and then we'll move the shelves so stuff doesn't fall off the shelf and bonk me in the head, right? I'm thinking very practically about this, but you gotta understand the significance of stuff like this, right? Like, look, right now I live in a studio apartment, and my studio apartment is like the size of this room. It's basically this with a kitchen and a bathroom. Now, I'm not complaining, right? I like my studio apartment, and one day I hope to get something bigger, but I would love to have a playroom, and if I were to have a playroom with a window over there in the left corner, what would it look like? So I'm trying to envision this little bedroom here as if it were my actual playroom. So I want to have some actual thought going into this. After all, this whole game, this whole Pokemon Friends downloadable title is all about putting thoughts and intuition into games, right? So if I had my own playroom, I would want a bunch of shelves. I mean, I can look around my little apartment right here and see how I set stuff up. And yeah, I put up like 1 or 2 hanging shelves like this. I'm liking the Pokemon design. Ideally, I will get more furniture in the future, but right now I can't get more furniture because no one else is carrying furniture throughout the town. So we're gonna get a bunch of shelves, and at some point there will be like an amount in which I maximize the amount of shelves I can put up, right? But for the time being, let's put stuff on the shelves. I don't want to put shelves right over the beds though, because what if there's an earthquake? I don't want something to fall off the shelf and bonk me in the head. That's why I don't sleep underneath the shelf. I have stuff hung up over my bed, but it's like lanyards and stuff, so if something fell, it's either gonna fall behind the bed, or it's gonna bop me in the head real quickly, but it's not gonna slam me in the face like a shelf. Here we go. Hisuian Zorua is a Pokemon that I use because I like Zorua and Zoroark, and now I use Hisuian Zorua and Zoroark, so we can put that there. Not Sprigatito, not Citadel. I like Clodsire, but it's not one that I use. I use Alcremie, even if it's not that one. I use Tatsugiri, even if it's not that one. But I can set them down for now, and then when I get the ones that I do use, if they exist in this game, then I'll swap them in accordingly. So there you go. Are you kidding me with this? It really fell off the shelf? This is why I don't sleep underneath the shelf, folks. For reasons exactly like that. For whenever an invisible hand comes in and starts designing the interior decoration of my house, that way it doesn't plop on my head. But also, in case there are earthquakes or something else that shakes the shelves. All right, Tatsugiri, you go here. Sorry, I forgot to take physics in this game into account. I'm only gonna set it here, and then whenever I do get the droopy Tatsugiri, if a plush of that exists in this game, I will swap it out at that time. Very good, okay. I think that might do it for now, unless I want to put Alcremie up here or something, but I think I'm okay. So that's saved, right? Like if I go back in there, it's saved forever. Very good, very good. Well, folks, I think I found my new way to wind down every day, and maybe I'll do a follow-up video on this at some point, especially if they add downloadable content to it in the future, and especially if that downloadable content consists of additional plushes for Pokemon that I am personally very fond of. But for now, I will say, I don't regret buying this game. I think it's great. I think $10 is a fair enough price, but it might be free on mobile if you just want to get that version, but I'm sure that has its own limitations. But yeah, just a fun little side game, Pokemon IQ test, whatever. I enjoyed myself, and I can only hope that you folks enjoyed watching the video. Otherwise, that wraps up this video of Pokemon Friends, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh! And so, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button or leave a comment. Either of those actions would really help me out. And hey, in case you didn't know, I have another channel called my Blue channel where I frequently post editorial and discussion type videos. You can head over there by clicking on the video icon in the lower right corner. So if you wish to watch something a little more relaxing or just need some more background noise, please consider checking it out. Either way, thank you so much for watching.